Welcome to Intelligent Automation Radio, the #1 podcast for IT executives seeking insights on the impact and opportunities for innovation that automation is delivering to businesses around the world. Featuring thought leaders in AI, machine learning, orchestration, security automation, and the future of work. And now, on with the show. Welcome, everyone. Our guest today on Intelligent Automation Radio is Dr. Ahmed L Adil, Principal Director of AI Consulting and Intelligent Solutions at Accenture. Dr. L Adil holds a PhD in artificial intelligence and robotics and does a lot of public speaking about AI, machine learning, the technologies and standards surrounding the Internet of Things, and something very intriguing called cognitive digital twins. And with a background like that, we're hoping he can help us make sense of the AI market's direction for these innovations. Dr. L Adil, welcome to Intelligent Automation Radio.
Thank you, Guy. Thank you for having me.
Let's dive into it. Dr. L Adil, do you think artificial intelligence will ultimately have a bigger impact as a tool for automation or a tool for worker augmentation?
Great question, Guy. I think it will play a major role on both fronts. So from the automation perspective, let us talk about two major categories: the process automation and machine or industrial automation. We see today one of the major areas of adopting even simple AI technologies is intelligent process automation. So this is already going on and showing a lot of business values. The other one, which have maybe the number of implementation maybe is less, the industrial automation, but the impact is huge. On the other side, what we call human worker augmentation. So the humans will stay in the equation, will stay in everything we are doing. Maybe we will change. What we are doing will change. How we are doing it will change, but will stay major part of the equation. So therefore, I don't see that one of them is going away, both, but we see the impact today. Honestly, it is equally from the adoption perspective, is equal. If you see today the human worker augmentation, take, for example, call centers, take virtual agents, customer interaction like chatbots and all of those, the adoption is very high and it is rising every day. So on both fronts, automation, whether process or machine automation, human augmentation, or human also not augmentation only, but also to replace humans in some areas that humans can make the best out of our biological intelligence, which is very, very, very valuable. So I see the adoption on both sides, Guy. It depends on the functional areas and the industry as well.
So let's talk about industry. You've stated that in your role at Accenture, you are, quote, driving the application of artificial intelligence into every industry globally, end quote. And given that lofty objective, from your vantage point, what industries and functional areas have you seen experience the biggest transformational impact from deployment of AI?
Yes, just a small correction. My focus within Accenture is mainly on the fossil energy, renewable energy, utilities, chemicals, mining, which are, I will come back to this later on. So three major areas I see the adoption is from the number of implementations and the added values to the business within very short time is huge. There are three major areas. One, which is customer interaction. Whether it is through, we know that one of the most mature areas in machine learning is natural language processing, natural language understanding, and we see all of those intelligent assistants, Alexa, Cortana, Siri, and others, the adoption of those technologies is very, very high in customer interaction and customer understanding also. This is one of the major fronts I see nearly across the board. Any industry which has intensive customer interaction, mainly B2C kind of interaction, I see major adoption, whether it is virtual agents, chatbots, or software bots, automating a lot of work which takes a lot of time from humans while they are interacting with customers. The second area is, which has, in my opinion, the highest values, industries with critical physical assets. Take oil and gas industries, chemical industry, automotive industries, aviation industry. All of those industries have used machine learning or other AI technologies since actually long time. Since I was myself in the academia, you could mainly say aviation industries, maybe automotive, industrial machinery, using embedded intelligence or embedded machine learning algorithms. Those industries today, in my opinion, are leading the serious adoption of complex AI capabilities, from the simple statistical machine learning all the way up to very sophisticated deep learning or deep artificial neural networks and knowledge representation capabilities. The third area, which is R&D. Take, for example, pharmaceutical industry. Here, I am sitting today in Boston. Across the street is MIT and Harvard. They are using very sophisticated machine learning approaches and other AI technologies or capabilities for drug discovery and showing result. It is showing real result, especially when you combine sophisticated machine learning algorithms with quantum computing, delivering the required computing capabilities. This is a game changer. On the other side, even we at Accenture are working in this field, but also we have what we call digital chemists. It is exactly the application of complex AI or sophisticated machine learning algorithms to help R&D people to discover in pharmaceutical new drugs, in chemicals or specialty chemicals, discover new chemical products, new materials, and so on. So those are the major three areas, Guy, where I see serious adoption, not only in terms of the revenue, but also in terms of the values which the business leaders are looking for.
Now, that serious adoption you refer to is driving up the demand for AI professionals. And given the critical talent shortage in AI, machine learning, data science, et cetera, should organizations rely on in-house staff or outsource when planning for their AI deployment?
Yes. So I think to answer this question, Guy, I think let's take a step back. And now we have AI projects on the industry side, not anymore on the academic side. On the industry side, the structure of an AI project is as follows. You have data engineering team, you have data science team, you have machine learning team, and you have around them the infrastructure, IT infrastructure teams, UI, UX teams, and all of those subgroups. So one of the major misunderstanding we see today is you wanted to start an AI project, you have to hire 10 academics, have a PhD from MIT or Stanford in AI. This is misunderstanding. This is not true. Actually, if you have 10 people in your AI team, maybe you need 1 or 2 good AI experts with strong AI academic background. So for me personally, I like to hire for the machine learning part. I like to hire people with strong academic AI background, even if they never applied machine learning to solve industry problem. But in this case, can every company hire those people? No, they do not exist. Even if they exist, they have some preference around the employer and so on. So what I see today, Guy, is those guys work mainly for kind of consulting company, and maybe this is the right, I believe that this is the right approach. And consulting companies share those people across different projects. It doesn't harm if you are a large company to hire 1, 2, 3, or 5 people, but I think it should be a hybrid approach. Those very rare experts in AI, I think I heard some numbers around 10,000 to 12,000 people across the globe, which is 1% of what we need today. So I think what I want to say, let us use a hybrid approach where we can share those rare resources among different projects, and the 80% will come from your existing workforce.
And so if I'm an IT executive thinking of doing an AI deployment and I'm going to hire some people in addition to maybe outsourcing some work, what do you think would summarize the most important qualities an AI expert should have that I should look for?
Yes, this is very, very good and very important question, Guy, here. 2 things I look for. 1, a strong academic background in machine learning. What I mean by that is, we see a lot of data scientists coming from data analytics background, pretending to be machine learning experts. This is not true. And this is one of the major reasons some POC or AI POC projects fails today, because we know that machine deep learning main goal is to eliminate data science. So if my job is to eliminate your job, you cannot take my job because you don't have the qualification for that. Let us go deeper a little bit, Guy. The mathematical background of machine learning is not or does not exist on the data science or data analytic part. And when you are faced by real world problem, you don't have only to take the standard algorithms we have everywhere, whether open source or platforms, and just use it as it is. You will have to understand the industry problem and mathematically tweak your algorithms to bring the best and most reliable results out of those algorithms. So this is the first quality. It is the academic background. Secondly, at least you should be aware or familiar with at least one open source library and one enterprise grade AI today. Take Google Cloud AI platform / TensorFlow, open source libraries, Azure, AWS, you name it. But those are the major 2 qualities, the academic part and the practical part in terms of libraries or enterprise AI platforms.
Let's switch gears a little bit, Dr. L Adil. In late 2016, you coined the term cognitive digital twin. Can you please explain to our audience what is a cognitive digital twin and how will it potentially impact their organization?
Oh, the digital twin. Okay. So yes, I do believe, Guy, and maybe you read my article I wrote in 2016 as a response to a lot of noise at that time around the term digital twin. To explain the digital twin, I like to take a step back. What is the ultimate goal of digital twin today beyond the goals NASA had in late 90s. In late 90s, NASA created the first digital twin for simulation for the spaceships, whether engineering and physics-driven simulations. Today, actually, the re-rise of AI, the progresses we have on different areas like IoT, sensing, mobile communication network, and all of those technologies together actually give us a hope, and I am one of the hopeful people that someday we'll create machines independent, like our human body. They can sense, they have edge intelligence, they have central intelligence, they have distributed intelligence, they can take smart decisions, they can take smart actions. We have enough from those, the stupid machines we have today. So the ultimate goal is to have a physical twin and digital twin first separated. And the digital twin is not only a representation of the physical twin. This is not the right definition. It is partial representation, partial augmentation, and companion for its physical twin. Once you have the baseline of digital representation, you continue updating this new creature on the digital world, which will continuously represent the physical twin, continuously augment, and also extend the capabilities of the physical twin, and combine it across the life cycle. One of the major problems, Guy, which unfortunately, one of the major reasons that many digital twin initiatives failed, POC's size failed. Why? The initial initiatives to create digital twin mainly was kind of engineering digital twins. Some vendors connected the physical assets, retrofitted them with maybe some sensors, collected data, and you have real-time data coming in a data lake. And these data lakes are growing by minute. You are dumping a lot of data in those data lake. And we know from the data science perspective, even from the data management perspective, this could be a nightmare. And I told some of my friends and colleagues in this industry, after 1 or 2 years, you will drown in your data lakes and you will not be able to manage anything. And unfortunately, it happened without mentioning names. It happened to some major vendors in this field. Why I coined the term cognitive digital twin? It is exactly, as I mentioned, biologically inspired. When you ask me a question now, I do not go and read everything I read before to answer your question, because I read, I practiced, I memorized some parts, but other parts are knowledge represented somewhere, I don't know how, in our human brain. The same here. I want that we don't only collect data and have large data lakes or data oceans. I want that we continuously, at the digital twin, have the capabilities to continuously convert the data to knowledge, which you need when you want to take a decision, whether the decision will be made by the digital twin or the physical twin or by a human. But if you just collect data, this is not going anywhere. And this is why I said, guys, let us use AI capabilities like machine learning, knowledge representation, the simple reasoning capabilities we have today to add a brain to the digital twin instead of adding a large data lake underneath it where it will drown soon. This is the way I define, and I hope we will implement cognitive digital twins rather just digital twins.
Now, what you said just now reminded me of a demonstration last year by Google's CEO of something called Google Duplex, and there was a video about it that quickly went viral. And for those in the audience who don't remember, Google Duplex is a virtual assistant that can make phone calls on your behalf to schedule appointments, make reservations in restaurants, etc. Dr. L Adil, would Google Duplex be considered a type of cognitive digital twin?
It is a basic components of a digital twin of a human. And in my paper, again in 2016, I had different categories of digital twin. One of them is a cognitive digital twin for a human, for us. And I am happy to see that some startups, even here in Boston area, started to create businesses or startups around creating digital twin for humans, for me, for you, for everyone, collecting all the vital health data and other data and continuously monitoring our health to, of course, have a better life. Google Duplex, why the video went viral? It was because the sound quality, the real-time intelligence behind Google Duplex, and this why every one of us liked it. It looks real, it sounds real, it feels real, everything is real and in real time. And this is exactly, Guy, what I hope for the overall cognitive digital twin concept is to add real intelligence rather data, and of course in real time. By the way, one of the major promising area of the concept of cognitive digital twin is in healthcare. And I am predicting now, I am not in the business of a prediction now, but I am predicting that within 3 or 5 years, you will see the rise and major investments in creating healthcare services based on the concept of cognitive digital twin. Maybe Google will use the core technology they implemented for the Google Duplex, maybe, but it will be a beautiful piece of technology to have it underneath the cognitive digital twin for a human.
We're going to come back to some more predictions after the next question, but first I wanted to ask you, Dr. L Adil, a little bit about the Internet of Things, or IoT. You've written that when it comes to IoT initiatives, many, quote, failed miserably or were put on hold mainly because organizations underestimated the effect of the existing IT and OT infrastructure, end quote. What are organizations underestimating about their infrastructure that's derailing IoT initiatives?
Is exactly the same reasons we see today on the AI adoption side. IoT, when we started to talk about IoT or Internet of Everything and all of those terms, people rushed, oh, I want IoT is about connection. Maybe, but it is not. IoT is about a solution which can have the right data in the right time to take the right decision on time. This the ultimate goal of IoT initiatives. When some clients started to implement IoT projects, they discovered that they have all kinds of problems. From the sensing itself, you need a lot of progress on the sensing technology side, chemistry, biology, physics, all of those, this decide sensing, hardware and all of this stuff. You had a lot of problems around the communication and the network, whether mobile or line-based. So, and again, as you might remember, a couple of years ago, we didn't have standards, protocols. We had to do a lot of work on the standard side and standards and protocols, and you see a lot of consortium like the Industrial Internet Consortium here in Boston and similar started to work on even private standards or global standards to get things done. So also again, on the other side, this was on the infrastructure side, but also on the skills side. Again, having an IoT solution need a lot of technology experience, but actually like in AI side, you need to understand the problem you want to solve. And in IoT, sometimes you have to solve a problem with machines, nuclear power plants, chemical plants, manufacturing facilities or factories. You had to understand a lot of things around the process, the machines, the technology, the IT infrastructure. This was too much. And again, as you know, a lot of bloggers promising a lot, over-promising everything. And of course, this resulted in failures. But the good side here, Guy, is we learned a lot. The standards and protocols people learned a lot. The hardware companies learned a lot. We as a consulting companies learned a lot. And I think I see now the number of failures is going down, number of success is going up, mainly because we learned, we failed, we learned, and I think we are doing better now.
Let's get back to predictions. In addition to your prediction for healthcare services, what are some of your other predictions for AI over the next 3 to 5 years?
So I would say I am still 30-40% academic, and the rest is maybe mainly industry and software guy. It is not honest, not professionally correct to predict. Why? Especially on the AI side. If you take this from the academic side, Guy, early 2000, Jeff Heaton published his first paper around convolutional neural network, or CNN. CNN was mathematically not a very sophisticated work. It was results of a lot of work. I personally was part of it. But CNN alone enabled computer vision, which we see today, from simple computer vision, autonomous cars, robotics, video analytics, and so on. So one invention, one mathematical model solved the problem, which opened the gates for large number of AI applications. Will we have similar inventions like CNN? Yes, it could happen today. It could happen tomorrow. Once such simple mathematical models or inventions happened on the academic side, you will see a lot of adoption. So therefore, I wouldn't predict anything, but I predict one thing, Guy, today. AI is here and here to stay. And I always say, even if the academia ceased to deliver any new breakthrough inventions, what we have today in our open sources, machine learning libraries, or enterprise grade platforms like Google, Microsoft, AWS, we have more than enough to deliver a lot of business values, solve problems, implement smart products for the next 5 years. And we don't need anything new from the academia at all. On the industry side, I am on the second prediction, the industrial adoption of AI will rise like the IoT today once the business leaders, I am not talking about IT leaders, the business leaders understood the real capabilities of AI, what AI can do, what AI cannot do, why AI can do this, why AI cannot do that. Once they understood this, the adoption will grow exponentially on the industry side. Of course, I'm predicting a lot of good things on the academic side as well.
So getting back to today, what should enterprise IT managers who have never dealt with AI know before deploying it?
Yes. First message I say always, some IT managers, their daily job is to take care of the IT infrastructure. Those guys will continue to be very, very important in the era of AI. We need them. Whether you are SAP administrator or Oracle administrator or network, we need you guys. So therefore, but because we need you, I want you to start reading about real AI. Don't read blogs and all of this stuff. Read serious materials, not mathematically sophisticated about AI. Inform yourself that you can help us create the new IT organization, which will build the intelligent solution, intelligent business solutions, and also service intelligent products. If you are today an IT organization of automotive company, tomorrow you will be servicing connected cars, smart cars like Tesla. Tesla IT guys are not just taking care of Salesforce platform or SAP platform. They are servicing the connected cars of Tesla. The same applies to any IT organization virtually in any industry. So my message, inform yourself about AI and help you to help us and stay relevant in the era of what I call intelligent enterprise.
Sounds like some prudent advice. All right, looks like that's all the time we have for on this episode of Intelligent Automation Radio. Dr. L Adil, thank you very much for joining us today and sharing your thoughts about the current state of AI. It's been great having you as our guest.
Thank you, Guy, for having me. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Dr. Ahmed L Adil, Principal Director of AI Consulting and Intelligence Solutions at Accenture. Be sure to visit their website to learn more about their services. Thank you for listening, everyone, and remember, don't hesitate, automate.
Thank you so much for listening today. Please subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, or anywhere else you listen to podcasts. We publish new shows regularly, and you won't want to miss one. And please remember to give us a rating. It helps others find the show. Intelligent Automation Radio is sponsored by Ayehu, the leader in intelligent automation solutions for IT and cybersecurity. You can get more information about Ayehu by visiting our website at ayehu.com. That's AYEHU.com. Ayehu, creating the successful path to the self-driving enterprise.